Hey guys, welcome back to another anime review episode. This time we will be going over the fall 2023 anime list. So let's go ahead and transition. On my OBS. We'll set that for later. And here we go. Alright. So again, as per usual, we will go over the studio that is making that anime. Quick synopsis if it's available, as well as the release date. And then I'll say my thoughts on it if I'll give it a skip, 1 episode, 3 episodes, or must watch. Now, if you're new to this channel and video, the way I do it is if it's a skip, there's nothing that's going to change my mind. I'm just going to skip it. Same goes for must watch. If it's a must watch, it's not going to go down into 3 episodes or drop or whatever. There's a reason why I'm putting on either end of those. Now, for the 1 and 3 episodes, 1 episode means I'm interested, but I'm not 100% sold on it. I want to give it a chance. If it lives up to the expectation, then I'll bump it up to either 3 or must watch, or drop it if it doesn't live up to the hype. Now, for 3 episodes, it's okay. I'm interested in the story. I'm almost there. Not necessarily a must watch yet, but yeah. So that's the way I rate these. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Our first one will be Spy X Family or Spy Family. I really don't care which one you guys say it. Quick synopsis is that it's its 2nd season. There's really not much info on what it will cover. Air date, there's no specific date as of recording. It is slated for October release. And the studios are a collaboration between Wit Studio and Cloverworks. For me, obviously, it's a must watch. Season 1, Part 1 was really good. Season 2, I thought was even better. And yeah, I mean, it's taken the world by storm. It's one of the big animes that are airing. So yeah, must watch for me. I think that's all I have to say about this one. We'll move on because we have a lot to cover, even more than previous episodes. Alright, next one is Dr. Stone. Synopsis, it's part 2 of New World, which I believe aired in spring of this year. Release date is October 12th, and it is by TMS Entertainment. For me, it's a skip. I've seen the trailer and stuff, and I'm not really interested in it. I guess, like, as the title suggests, people get turned into stone or something, so I'm not really interested. For you, it might be a must-watch, and I respect your opinion, and, you know, that's pretty much all to it. But yeah, for me, skip. Next one, Tokyo Revengers. 3rd season. It is slated for October release date. It is by Liden Films. So I'm at a crossroads with this one. I'm interested in watching it. However, I'm not caught up on the previous seasons. So since it's the 3rd season, realistically, I'm probably not going to pick it up just because I have a ton on my watch list, not including all the new ones that are coming out. So I just have too much on my plate at the moment. Maybe in the near future I'll start it, but as of now, it's a skip for me. Alrighty, next one, and it's gonna be a lot to read. You don't have to listen to my voice if you don't like it, so feel free to just read the screen, or read along with me. I'll leave it up to you. This is why I do it this way. uh, to give everybody a different type of chance. All right, so Frighten Beyond Journey's End. Quick synopsis: the Demon King has been defeated, and the victorious hero party returns home before disbanding. The four, Mage Frieden, Hero Himmel, Priest Heiter, and Warrior Eisen, reminisce about their decade long journey as the moment to bid each other farewell arrives. But the passing of time is different for elves. Thus, Freiden witnesses her companions slowly pass away one by one. Before his death, Heiter manages to foist a young woman apprentice called Fern onto Freiden. Driven by the elf's passion for collecting a myriad of magic spells, the pair embark on a seemingly endless journey, revisiting the places that the heroes of yore had visited. Along their travels, Freiden slowly confronts her regrets of missed opportunities to form deeper bonds with her now deceased comrades. The air day is September 29th, so as of recording, it is roughly like in 3 weeks. So definitely, this is one of the ones that will air the soonest. So keep an eye out for it. And it is by Studio Madhouse. 1 second, guys. Let me take a quick water break because that was a little bit much to read. That's a hydration check. All right. So let's continue. Okay, so here are my thoughts on it, right? And again, I've read the synopsises for all of the anime that are going to release, as well as watched all the trailers for them. If they had one trailer, two, three, whatever, I'm fully caught up. Now, at first, when I first read the synopsis, which was the first thing released, I was, okay, one episode, right? Because I'm not really sold on it. But then I watched the trailer, and it's gonna be a really emotional anime. The graphics looked amazing, and the music was stupendous. So I think it's gonna be a tearjerker type anime, especially how it says towards the end of it, she confronts her regrets of missed opportunities to form deeper bonds with her, fallen comrades. So it's gonna be dealing with a lot of uh like the trauma of losing someone and the grieving process that one goes through. um so I personally, I'm gonna put it as a must watch. I think it's gonna be one of the hidden gems of fall season. I could be wrong. It'll depend how well this video ages, but I'm gonna give it a must watch. I really enjoyed it, the trailer. So yeah, it's gonna be a really good one. Next one, the Faraway Paladin. Synopsis is second season. Release date October 7th, and it is a collaboration between Studio OLM and Sunrise Beyond. So for this one, I believe I gave it one episode, just because, as I've said before, um, I have too much to catch up on as it is. So I don't really know if I have the time to invest into binging an entire season plus keeping up to date on this one. But yeah, that's pretty much it on this one. I'll give it one episode, and then we'll go from there. Next one, the Apothecary Diaries. Synopsis: in an imperial court in ancient China, it has been a few months since 17-year-old girl known as Mao Mao was kidnapped and forced to work as a low-level servant at the emperor's palace. Still, she manages to retain her curious and pragmatic spirit, planning to work until her years of servitude are over. One day, however, she catches wind of the fact that the emperor's two infants have fallen gravely ill. She decides to secretly take action, drawing on her experience as a pharmacist raised in the poor red light district. Despite Mao Mao's attempts to remain anonymous, she soon catches the eye of Jinchi, an influential eunuch who recognizes her talents. Mao Mao soon finds herself in the Emperor's inner court, where she gradually makes a name for herself by utilizing her knowledge and eccentric personality to solve various medical mysteries. Air date is October 22nd, and it is a collaboration between Studio OLM and Toho. So, upon reading the synopsis, I wasn't really too interested in it. I saw the trailer and it seemed a little bit more interesting than just a synopsis. So I'm just gonna give it one episode just because I'm not completely sold on it. I don't know what it's trying to be, whether it's like a revenge or I have no idea what it's trying to be, and maybe they don't even know what they're trying to be. So we'll give it one episode. We'll see how it goes, and I'll decide whether I drop it or bump it up to 3 episodes or whatever. Okay, next one. You were experienced, I was not. Our dating story. So, quick synopsis is Ryuto Kashima is a gloomy high schooler. As part of a punishment game, he was forced to confess to Runa Shirakawa, a girl from the top of the school cast who was admired by everyone. They ended up going out for the unexpected reason of, I'm free now, so. But Ryuto ends up following and eavesdropping on Runa being confessed by a handsome soccer club player, and Runa bringing Ryuto, whom she had just begun dating, to her own room as a matter of course. They have different friends and ways to have fun, and they are different in almost every other way. Nonetheless, they begin to relate with each other after being surprised by their differences every day and accepting them. So the air date is sometime in October. Studio Engi or Engi, however you want to pronounce it. Um, so I didn't. How should I put it? Just by the poster image alone, I wasn't really sold on it. I didn't think I would like the graphics, and I'm glad I was wrong. It really reminds me of The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, which was a really good anime that I ended up liking. She gives me a lot of Marine Kitakawa and Gojo references from Dress Up Darling. So I think it's gonna be a really cute, wholesome anime. As of now, I'm gonna give it 3 episodes. I'm almost sold, almost. It just needs that little umph, if you know what I mean. So for now, we're gonna give it 3 episodes. But I think it'll be a cute, wholesome, interesting love rom com. Alright, moving on. The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. Synopsis, second season, air date sometime in October. Studio Diomedia or Diomedia. I think I'm giving it 1 episode just because, as I've stated before, and it's going to be the same case with a lot of these. If it's second, third, fourth seasons of them, I'm probably just going to give it 1 episode. Unless it's like a really good anime like Spy X Family, then obviously it's a must watch. But for all other new anime to me, probably just 1 episode. And I'll add it to my watch list if I do end up enjoying it. Alright, Girlfriend, second season. Air date October 7th. Studio Synergy SP. Obviously, I saw the first season. I'm probably going to watch the second one. So it's probably on a must watch for me. I don't think it's going to be anime of the season or anime of the year, but just because I've been following along the story and everything, I'm out of like, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like out of consistency, I guess. I'm already invested in it, so it's going to be a must watch for me. Next one, The Four Knights of the Apocalypse. Alright, it's a lot to read, guys, so bear with me or feel free to mute and just read the stream. So, Percival has lived with his grandfather on God's finger, a remote haven that sits high above the clouds, and though he loves the simple life, he secretly longs for adventure. But Percival's life is changed forever when an intruder who shares a shocking connection with him tears away everything he's ever known. With nothing left to do but chase down the one who took everything from him, Percival sets out on his own. During his journey, The sheltered boy discovers that there are a lot of things he doesn't know about normal life. Luckily, he meets friends along the way who can help him get by but how will they react when they find out about Percival's destiny and how it's connected to the end of the world? Question mark. Air date is October 8th. It is by Studio Telecom Animation Film. I believe I gave this one episode because of the graphics, if I'm not mistaken. Um, it it has my interest. I'll tell you that much. Um, so I'm not skipping it, but I can't remember. It's one or three episodes for me for this one. Yeah, so next one, Ancient Magus Bride. Synopsis, part two of the second season, which aired uh, either spring or summer. Release date is October 5th. It is by Studio Kafka. No, not the one from Star Rail or Genshin or whatever you guys are obsessed with. And not Kefka from Final Fantasy, but rather Kafka, the studio, animation studio. But yeah, I started watching season one, and I think I dropped it after episode two, so I didn't continue season two. So it's gonna be a skip for me. I will not watch this one either. I'm sorry for those of you. It's just not really my thing. The pacing for episodes one and two felt really slow, and again, I've said it a million times. If it takes more than three episodes to hook your audience, then it's not a good anime. And I always call out One Piece because One Piece fans are all like, "Oh, trust me, bro, it gets good around episode 500." Guess what? That means it's not good. I'm not gonna invest that much time. I don't have time, so why would I waste any little that I have? So yeah, skip for me. Next one, Undead Unlock. Alright. Synopsis. After reading the conclusion of her favorite manga series, Fuko Izumo finally feels ready to end her existence. For the past 10 years, Fuko has been affiliated by a condition that brings extreme misfortune to anyone who touches her. Hey yo. This has had a drastic effect on her surroundings, even inadvertently resulting in the death of those around her, including her parents. As she stands on a bridge above train tracks, Fuko is touched by a strange man, causing the footing underneath him to break and dropping him in front of an oncoming train. However, when Fuko finds the man's corpse, she discovers that his body is regenerating and that he is coming back to life. The man whom Fuko names Andy, from Toy Story obviously, is immortal, and like her, he also wishes for death. Hey man, don't we all? When you just wake up and you're like, shit, I'm alive again. Initially dismissive, Fuko eventually decides to team up with Andy from Toy Story to give him the best death possible, but a mysterious organization lurks in the shadows, hoping to take advantage of the duo's bizarre abilities. Air date, October 7th. It is by Studio David Production. This is three episodes for me. Not a must watch yet, but I'm intrigued. Number one, by their immortality powers. I want to know like how that came to be. If it's more common beyond both of them, like if there's other people like them. I'm also interested in the secret dark organization. Like, what's their main objective, whether for good or bad? Is it like government funded? Like, it has my attention, so I'll put it at three episodes. Dead Mount Deathblade Part 2. Air date is October, sometime in October. Studio is Geek Toys. I believe I gave this one episode. I'm not 100% sure if I dropped season one. But for the sake of argument, let's say I gave it one episode just because it seemed intriguing. Alright, this is even longer synopsis. Ron Kamanohashi, Deranged Detective. Synopsis is, despite lacking the skills suited for his role on the Metropolitan Police Department, investigative team Totomaru Ishiki wants to solve murders and help people. Following the advice of one of his seniors, he ventures out to enlist the aid of reclusive Ron Komonohashi. 5 years ago, Ron was the most promising detective from the illustrious Detective Training Academy Blue. Yet, for reasons unknown to the public, he sank into obscurity. Totomaru expects a well-dressed, composed man, but what he gets is a messy-haired and uninhibited eccentric. After years in solitude, Ron barely resembles his former self and he refuses to even hear out the detective. However, as quickly as Ron rebuffs, he flips on a dime and dives headfirst into the current serial murder case. The true reason Ron withdrew from the detective world was not from a lack of desire, but rather from something out of his control, and Totomaru might just be the key for his return to his former calling. Together, the wide-eyed officer and deranged detective tackle each mystery that comes their way. Release date is October 2nd, and it is by Studio Diomedia. Um, so I saw the trailer, and it didn't really. So after reading the synopsis, when I first went over these, I had it at one episode. I saw the trailer, and I don't know, it kind of lowered it for me. So I'm just gonna skip it. It didn't seem like my type of show. It's not my thing, you know. So yeah, it's a skip for me, guys. Next one, the Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy. Synopsis is battles for ancient kingdoms are nothing compared to the battles of a classroom. Awakening from magical stasis after 1,000 years, the ah the Dark Lord Leonis suddenly finds himself in the body of a 10-year-old boy. He quickly meets Riselia, a girl confronting the Voids creatures, the Voids creatures that have nearly exterminated humanity. Determined to uncover the mysteries of this strange new era, Leonis enrolls in Excalibur Academy, a school that trains students to fight back against these enigmatic monsters. Could the Voids hold some connection to Leonis' past? Air date sometime in October. Studio Passion. And I'm giving this 3 episodes. The synopsis and the trailer both sold me on it. So yeah, it's not necessarily a must watch yet, but definitely 3 episodes. Alright, moving on to our next. The Kingdoms of Ruin. For ages, humanity flourished through the power of magic, a gift from witches to aid mankind. But times have changed. The scientific gear expansion has made both magic and witches obsolete. In order to liberate humanity from the blight of magic, the mighty Radia Empire began a ruthless hunt to exterminate all witches. Adonis was only a boy when the hunt began, apprenticed to a witch he dearly loved. When she perishes at the hands of the Empire, Adonis vows revenge by this furious wizard's power. Blood will flow. Air date October, sometime in October. Studio Yokohama Animation Lab. I saw the trailer, and both the synopsis and the trailer sold me on it. I think I'm gonna put it as a must watch, guys. So yeah, must watch. Next one, FLCL Grunge. There's no like synopsis of it. Release date is September 9th, which is tomorrow as of this time of recording. So if you're watching this video, it either started already or it starts tomorrow. It is by Studio Mont Blanc Pictures. Um, I don't think I found a trailer of it because I would have remembered or at least written a quick synopsis of it. Um, I don't know what this is, so never heard of it. I'm just gonna skip it. It might be a hidden gem, but I won't know unless it starts trending on socials. So skip for me. Next one. The Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess. Synopsis is 3 years into her life as a shut-in vampire, Tera Komari Gandis Blood, Komari for short, awakens to find she's been appointed as a commander in the Monite Imperial Army. The thing is, her new unit consists solely of belligerent ruffians. Oh, they watch Fuwamoko, I guess, who revolt against their superiors at the slightest hint of weakness. Although Komari hails from a line of vampires, as powerful as they are prestigious, her refusal to drink blood has made her the picture of mediocrity, scrawny, uncoordinated, and inept at magic. With the odds stacked against her, will the help of her trusty and slightly infatuated maid Bill be enough for this recluse to blunder her way to success, or will Kumari rue the day she ever left the safety of her room? Release date is October 7th. It is by Studio Project Number 9 or Project 9. It's a must watch for me. That's the type of like anime that I'm into, where it's like silly rom com, slice of life type fantasy. It seems like it has it all, so I'm all for it. It might be like low key Yuri as well, just because how her subordinate is like infatuated with her. I believe it's the girl with the blue hair on the right of her. So, yeah. So must watch for me. Shangri-La Frontier. Second year high school student Rakuro Hitsutome is interested in one thing only: finding shitty games and beating the crap out of them. His gaming skills are second to none, and no game is too hard for him to enjoy. So when he's introduced to the new VR game Shangri-La Frontier, he does what he does best: mid maxes and skips the prologue to jump straight into action. But even an expert gamer like Rakuro discover all the secrets to Shangri-La Frontier's heights? Air date October 1st. It is by Studio C2C. And unfortunately, I think it's going to be a skip for me. I saw the trailer and uh, it didn't really stand out to me. It just seems like a knockoff of, every other VR MMORPG anime game that there's been. So, it's going to be a skip for me. Ragna Crimson. In a world where dragons rule sky, sea, and land, those who would fight them and win must surpass the limits of normal human strength. Set on victory at any cost, dragon hunter Ragna joins forces with the mysterious Crimson. Crimson's motivations may be obscure, but their goal is the same: to destroy the Dragon Monarchs. Air date is October 1st. It is by Studio Silverlink. I'm gonna give this 3 episodes. Uh, it seems somewhat interesting. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 etc. Love You. It had like 5 of them. I didn't feel like putting it up on screen. Upon graduating middle school, Rentaro Aijo manages to confess to the girl he loves. Unfortunately, he gets rejected, making it his 100th rejection in a row. Bro, I could never. Like, I don't unlock myself in Minecraft at that point. Having experienced heartbreak after heartbreak, he goes to a matchmaking shrine and prays with the hope of finally getting a girlfriend in high school. Suddenly, the god of the shrine appears, promising Rentaru that he will meet 100 soulmates in high school. Although skeptical at first, Rentaru quickly acknowledges the truth behind the god's words. When two of his soulmates, Hakari Hanazono and Karane Inda, confess to him the very same day that they meet him. However, there was one detail that the god forgot to tell Rentaru. If any of his soulmates fails to get into a relationship with him, they will die. Dum bum bum! Now trapped in a matter of life and death, Rentaru decides to date all of his soulmates. Yeah, sure, why not, right? With a heart so big that it can be shared among 100 girlfriends, Rentaru makes the most out of his unanticipated high school life, with the Rentaro family growing ever larger. So I believe this is going to be the biggest harem anime to date. If there's one bigger, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Air date is October 8th. It is by Virbury Animation Studios, and it's probably going to be a must watch for me. Not only because it's a harem anime, which, if anybody knows, I'm kind of that genre type of guy. It just, it's so silly and goofy, not to mention hot waifus. So I'm gonna watch it. It might not be for you, and that's okay. Also, I think it's kind of intriguing, the whole death aspect of it. That if he doesn't date them, they're gonna die. I'm wondering if any of them do, and that's when he's like, "Oh shit, this is real." So yeah, for me, it's a must watch. Next one. I'm in love with the villainess. Ordinary office worker Rei Ohashi wakes up in the body of the protagonist of her favorite otome game, Revolution. To her delight, the first person to greet her is also her favorite character, Claire Francois, the main antagonist of the story. Now Rei is determined to romance Claire instead of the game's male leads. But how will her villainous lady love react to this new courtship? Release date is October 2nd. It is by Platinum Vision. So the fact that it's going to be a Yuri anime as well as a reincarnation otome game villainous, which has been popping up a lot recently, it's going to be a must watch for me. Again, it may not be your thing. That's the type of anime that calls to me, and at the end of the day, I want to enjoy what I watch. So it's a must watch for me. Next one, MF Ghost. Synopsis: Year 202X. Self driving electric cars have replaced internal combustion engine based cars, becoming ubiquitous in Japan. However, a racing circuit known as MFG, which employs traditional internal combustion cars, is garnering popularity worldwide. Kanata Livington, a 19-year-old Japanese-British racer, yeah, I couldn't tell by their name, comes to Japan after graduating from a top racing school in the United Kingdom to take part in MFG and find his missing father, Ken Katagiri. Kanata moves to the home of his late mother's friends, Mr. and Mrs. Sawonji, and enters the race under his father's surname. Borrowing a Toyota 86 from Ogata, the couple's family friend, despite the overwhelming disadvantages in specs, Kanata makes it up to top 15 while racing top tier supercars. Demonstrating his phenomenal skills, Takumi Fujiwara, the legendary downhill and rally racer, turns out to be Kanata's trainer. MFG employees who are familiar with Fujiwara and former racers from the same generation begin to notice Kanata, a new world win is about to set off at MFG. Release date is sometime in October, and it is by Studio Felix Film. I'll be honest, the animation style didn't really call out to me. Um, I'm not really into like racing cars and stuff like that unless it's like street racing, which this doesn't seem like it, given the fact that it's MFG um, like racing circuit. So it's not really my thing. I know a lot of racing car type anime and movies are coming out this year, and it's not for me. And I'm gonna skip this one. Next one, I'm giving the disgraced noble lady I rescued a crash course in naughtiness. Ooh, spicy. Alan, a misanthropic wizard, lives deep within the forest. He is known as the Demon Lord and feared by those around him. One day, while living his life as a hermit, he comes across a young girl named Charlotte, who has collapsed in the forest. Despite being innocent, she was accused of evil deeds, had her engagement annulled, and was forced to flee her country. When he heard that, Alan remembered the agony of being betrayed by a group he once thought was his companions. After hearing the story of the 17-year-old's exploitation, Alan decides, I'll let her live in my mansion, and I'll teach her all sorts of bad things. October 4th is the release date, and it is by Digital Network. Um, I really enjoyed the trailer. The synopsis is interesting, so I'm gonna give it 3 episodes. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. On to the next. A girl and her guard dog. Synopsis. Isaku never asked to be the daughter of a Yakuza boss, but when her parents died in a car accident when she was 5, her gangster grandfather took her in and raised her as part of the clan. After years of being avoided by her schoolmates because of her family ties, Isaku is finally ready to make her high school debut, live a normal life, and maybe even find love, until loyal family servant and Isaku's dedicated guardian, 26-year-old Kaya, or Kiya, enters high school right along her and vows to protect her from all of the above. Now she's got a chain-smoking, pistol-wielding knight in shining armor to deal with, and navigating high school besides. What's a young lady to do? Release date is September 28th, and it is another anime by Project Number 9. So I believe that's their second anime for fall season. So I'll be honest, based on the trailer, it seems like the 26-year-old is gonna fall in love with the 17-year-old. Um, that's kind of weird, champ, to me. Like, bruh, she's in high school. Um, yeah, this is gonna be skipped for me. Like, if it was college, I'd be I'd be giving it a 1 or 3 episode watch, but I can't, man. That gap is just too weird for me to watch. I'm sorry. So skip for me. Under Ninja synopsis. A high school loner is given a part-time of a lifetime as a modern-day ninja, tasked to perform international assassinations. After World War II, Allied Command in Japan developed a new agency to help manage terrorism and violence within the Pacific region. The agency was staffed with ninja, and they were initially tasked to handle domestic affairs. Eventually, that program grew to its current form, managing 20,000 ninja across a range of domestic and international affairs. One of those ninjas happens to be Kuro. The 17-year-old high school loser is now poised to be the next line of defense against a potential surge in foreign assassins invading Tokyo. Release date October 6th. It's by Studio Tezuka Productions. I believe I gave this 1 episode. And yeah, moving on to our next one. Stardust Telepath. 15-year-old Umika Konohoshi is having a hard time socializing at school, but she hopes her words will someday reach other people. When self-proclaimed alien Yui Akeuchi enters her life, Umika will learn more about being open. Air date is October. Studio Gokumi. I believe I gave this 3 episodes. It seemed promising. So we'll see if it ends up living up to the hype or if I end up dropping it. Only time will tell, I guess. Overtake. A freelance photographer, Kuya Madoka, is in the midst of a slum due to a certain reason. While, while working on a story at the Fuji International Speedway, he meets high school F4 racer Haruka Asahina, and he suddenly finds his heart racing once again. He decides to support Asahina and help him make his dream come true with a small team, Komaki Motors. With this, the lives of Maruka and Asahina, who have completely different personalities and ages, intersect with each other. Air date October 1st. It is by Studio Troika. So for me, this is going to be a skip. Again, I'm not into like Formula One racing cars and all that, so skip. Tear Moon Empire. Surrounded by the hate-filled gazes of her people, the selfish princess of the fallen Tear Moon Empire, Mia, takes one last look at the bleeding sun before the guillotine blade falls, only to wake up as a 12-year-old. With time rewound and a second chance at life dropped into her lap, she sets out to right the countless wrongs that plague the alien empire. Corrupt governance, check. Border troubles, check. Huh, almost sounds like real life. Wink wink. Natural calamities and economic strife, check. My seems like a lot of work. Hard work and Mia don't mix. So she seeks out the aid of others, starting with her loyal maid Annie, and the brilliant minister Ludwig. Together they strive day and night to restore the empire. Little by little, their tireless efforts begin to change the course of history, pushing the whole of the continent toward a new future. And why did the selfish princess have a change of heart, you ask? Simple, she didn't. She's just terrified of the guillotine. They hurt like hell, and Mia hates pain more than work. Hey, I don't blame her. Air date October 8th, Studio Silverlink. For me, it's a must watch. I'll be honest. Um, Reincarnation type, time skip, fantasy, a little bit villainous since I guess she gets decapitated. So yeah, it's a must watch for me. I don't know what else to say. Next. A berserk of gluttony. Fate Graphite is one of the Forsaken, cursed with the skill gluttony. He is ever starving, never sated, until the day he kills a dying thief and devours the man's strength. And his soul, the true hunger of Fate's gluttony, has awakened, and if he can learn to control his power, he will at last be the master of his own destiny. Air date is sometime in October. It is by Studio ACGT. It's a must watch for me. I don't know what else to say. Go watch it. Bam. Next one. Paradox Live, the animation. Set in the near future, from the saturated hip hop culture rises a new movement, the Phantom Live. Using metals called Phantom Metals. Embedded into their accessories, the rappers create illusions, or phantoms, that are linked to their emotions through the chemical reaction of the metals with their DNA. However, on the other side, there are those who suffer from phantom of trauma as a reaction after using phantom metals. Club Paradox is suddenly back as the stage of a mysterious Paradox live battle, 10 years after the club's disappearance. 4 units were invited to compete to win 10 billion yen worth of prize money and a right to challenge the legendary rapper unit called Buraikan. These 4 groups, who are immensely popular with their respective genres, are Bay, the Cat's Whiskers, Cosmes, and Akan Yatsura. Each individual as a team have their own reasons on accepting the invitation, and in order to prove that their own music is the number one, they participate in stage battles. The curtains are raised to this illusionary stage battle where light and darkness come together in a swirling of frenzy. Air date sometime in October. It is by Studio Pine Jam. So I'll be honest, when I first read the title, Paradox Live Animation, and the first half of the synopsis, I wasn't really interested in it. Like, I don't really do idol type anime music unless it's anime like Bochi the Rock and Ochi no Ko, which are a completely different level compared to other idol or music animes. I was gonna drop this one, skip it, but the rest of the premise intrigued me, and it's like a rap battle type anime, which, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I don't think we've seen that on stage before. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I think I'm gonna give it 3 episodes. I'm hoping it lives up to the hype so I could bump it into a must watch. I don't want to drop it, be disappointed and end up dropping it. So for now, 3 episodes. My daughter left the nest and returned an S rank adventurer. After losing his leg as a newbie adventurer, he retired and returned to his hometown in the countryside. Doing things such as collecting medicinal herbs, exterminating magic bees and wild bees, and helping with villagers' farm work, it's hard to decide whether to call our protagonist an adventurer or a handyman. And while doing these things, his age quickly approached 30. No kidding. One day, while searching the mountains for herbs, he discovered an abandoned child. Thinking that he couldn't just leave it, he took it home and raised it until his age approached 40. His now grown-up daughter had also wanted to become an adventurer, likely from growing up watching her father. Although her father had taught her the sword since she was young for self-defense, her talent at it was quite impressive. thinking that it would be better for her not to be stuck out in the country for the rest of her life, our protagonist sent her on an adventurous guild in the capital. After another 5 years, the protagonist, now in his 40s, is still acting as a pseudo adventurer in the countryside. However, his daughter, now a distinguished S class adventurer, hasn't returned home even once yet. Release date is sometime in October. It is by Typhoon Graphics, and I think I'm giving it 3 episodes. I want to know why she hasn't come back yet. Hopefully, nothing bad happened to her, or maybe she was she found her like real family, and the reason they abandoned her, and they're holding her hostage, and maybe he's gonna go on a one last adventure to rescue her. I don't know. I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued. So 3 episodes. The family circumstances of the imbalance witch. Alyssa, a witch who lives alone in the forest, picks up a human baby one day. Despite her confusion, Alyssa named the baby Viola and decided to raise her. 16 years later, Viola had not only grown into a daughter who adores Alyssa, but also into a woman of exceptional proportions. The people around them mistook Viola for Alyssa's mother. A slice of life told by a mother and daughter who were inverted in appearance and full of gags, parent and child deliver a hilariously funny comedy. Air date is October 1st. It is by Studio A Real. Definitely a must watch for me. It seems like a funny comedy, as the synopsis suggests, and also the trailer. So yeah, it's a must watch for me. Moving on. Our next one is Shy. Just as the planet approaches Third World War, individuals with superpowers appeared from around the globe to maintain peace. They became the symbols of their respective nations, striving to limit crime and bring evildoers to justice. Teenage heroine Teru, aka Momijima, is Japan's representative in the world of heroes when a mysterious threat called Ama- Amalarics um, emerges. She must work together with her fellow heroes to stop them at all costs. Air date sometime in October. It is by Studio 8-Bit. I believe I gave this 1 episode. I kind of wanted to drop it, but the animation style seemed kind of good. So, 1 episode as of now. After school, Hanako-kun. The ghostly Hanako-kun and his mortal assistant Nene Yashiro usually have their hands full resolving various supernatural incidents at Komome Academy. But how do they spend their time when they get a break from all that? Come and watch the characters of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun play games, get sick, change genders, ayo, and discover world-shaking secrets during their laid back after school hours. Release date October 12th. It is by Studio Lurche. I'm reading the manga of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and I like it so far, so I'm gonna give this a must watch. Next one, God App. No synopsis as of yet. Air date is sometime in October. It is by Studio Unend. So I saw the trailer and it seemed somewhat intriguing. Um, so I'll give it 1 episode. I'm intrigued by it, and we'll see what happens after that 1 episode. It could either make or break the show for me. Heat, the pig liver. An unappealing otaku awakens in the body of a pig after he passes out while eating raw pig liver. The pig finds himself in the company of Jess, an innocent girl who can read people's minds, and she accepts him despite his boorish thoughts. Although she does plan to eat him, when Jess is endangered of succumbing to a dark destiny, can Pig save her life using only his quick wits, wisdom, and refined sense of smell? Air date sometime in October. It is another anime airing this season by Project Number 9. I'm gonna give it 3 episodes. I think it's gonna be a funny comedy. So yeah, 3 episodes for now. Next one, Uma Musume synopsis, third season, air date October 5th. It is by Studio Kai. Obviously, must watch. It's Uma Musume. What else can I say? Um, if you guys don't know, it's basically horse girls. I believe there is a game about it. So yeah, it's a must watch. The Idolmaster Million Live. Mirai Kasuga, who wants to carry on a dream she has yet to see. Shizuka Mogami, who yearns to be an idol and is shaken. Tsubasa Ibuki, who does not know what she can be serious about. A 765 production, new idols gather, and everyone's dreams will be brought into brilliance at the theater. The long-awaited anime, The Idolmaster Million Live, air date sometime in October. It is by Studio Shirogumi. It's gonna be a skip for me. It's just idol anime. I'm not really interested in it. A playthrough of certain dudes VR MMO Life. A new type of VR MMO called One More Free Life Online is out. He logs in as a young boy avatar called Earth. Taichi Tanaka, 38, single, has a regular office job and enjoys playing video games in his free time. In a world where the player is free to do as they wish, he decides to master a skill that's been deemed to be useless. He makes potions that are too much of a hassle to make, cooks food that is excessively too good, and uses bizarre original weapons to hunt monsters. Air date is sometime in October. It is by Studio Maho Film. I think I'm gonna give it one episode, leaning towards three more than skipping. So yeah, one episode for now. We'll give it a shot. Captain Tsubasa Junior Youth Hand. No synopsis as of yet. Release date October 1st. Studio Kai. I'm not really interested in it. I never saw the original. I think this is either a sequel or a spinoff. Uh, I don't like the animation style. I'm sorry. It's gonna be a skip for me. A returner's magic should be special. The world is on the brink of destruction after a devastating 10-year war in the Shadow Labyrinth. Desire Armand is one of the last skilled magicians left standing, but even he is no match for the formidable foe threatening humanity's very existence. Just when he's certain the end has come, he is sent back in time to his early days of studying magic at the prestigious Hebrion Academy. With this rare second chance, Desir is determined to save not only himself but also the friends and comrades he once lost. Armed with the knowledge of what their future holds, can his efforts make a difference, or are they all doomed to relive the same terrible destiny based on the hit novel? Air date is October 1st. It is by Studio Arvo Animation. I think this is a must watch for me. The trailer really sold me on it. So yeah, must watch. Hypnosis Mike Division Rap Battle Rhyme Anima Plus second season. Air date sometime in October. It is by Studio A1 Pictures. So it seems like it's another music idol type anime. I haven't seen the first season and I don't think I will. I'm not really interested. The trailer didn't sell me on it. So yeah, skip for this one. Migi to Dali. The stork brought an angel into the lives of the childless middle-aged couple. His parents are kind, their house is luxurious, and the meals are delicious. But to continue to revel in this happiness, Hitori must conceal a certain fact from his family. It is air date October 2nd. It is by collaboration between Comtown and Geek Toys. I believe this is going to be a skip for me. The trailer animation style didn't really sell me on it. The secret that he's hiding is probably that he has his twin Dolly, and they're probably gonna switch places from time to time. So I'm not really interested in it. I shall survive using potions. Karu Nagase died unexpectedly while walking home from her office job one night, and she suddenly finds herself in front of a man dressed in white. The man introduces himself as God and apologizes for his mistake that resulted in her untimely demise, vowing to make it up to Karu by reincarnating her into another world. The next world's goddess, Celestine, reforms Karu's body and gives her all the concessions she asked for: the body she had when she was 15, the ability to make potions with effects of her choice, and a box with infinite storage space, to name a few. But soon Karu realizes that despite being told otherwise, this new medieval world doesn't have much in the way of magic, causing her potions to be highly sought after by greedy nobles. However, by using knowledge from her previous life, she just might find a way to survive in this world using her potions. Air date is October 8th. It is by Studio Jumondo. Um, so I think I'm gonna give it a must watch. It seems really interesting. Yes, it's a isekai, but she she's gonna be OP with the whole magic of potions. So they already said that it's kind of rare um, in that world, and the infinite storage space. So basically, she could make can she make immortality potions, quick healing potions? It's gonna be interesting. I'm all for it. And thankfully, it's a female perspective this time instead of your stereotypical male MC where they get OP skills when they get reincarnated. It's a good little twist to what we usually get. So it's a must watch for me. The four brothers of the Yuzuki household. The Yuzuki family, which consists of four brothers, lost their parents 2 years ago. Hayato, the oldest son, is a hard worker and the pillar of the family. Mikoto, second brother, second son, is calm and collected, but he has a soft spot for his younger brother Minato, whom he adores and thinks is cute. Minato is the third son, is energetic and adores his brothers, but he is clumsy and awkward. Gakuto, the fourth son, is a studious and mature first grader who is often referred to as a wise man. The manga depicts the four brothers' daily lives as they navigate their family, school, and community. Air date is October 5th. It is by Studio Shuka. So it seems like a slice of life, wholesome anime. Um, so I'm all for it. I'm probably gonna give it 3 episodes. Okay, moving on. B Project Netsuretsu Love Call. It's a third season. Air date sometime in October. Studio unknown. I'm probably gonna skip it, guys. It's third season. I don't feel like catching up on 2 other seasons. I don't think I saw a trailer for it. There's not really much about it, so it's gonna be a skip for me. Next, Firefighter Daigo Rescuer in Orange. The story of how three young firefighters destined to save Japan grow in spirit. Taike Daigo burns with remarkable talent and unparalleled determination. Onoda Shun struggles against the walls blocking his own path. Nakamura Yuki hopes to become one of the few female members of the Special Rescue Corps known as Orange. When these three young firefighters who share a goal of becoming members of Orange come together, the story of how Japan will one day be saved begins, and what looms before them is a crisis that endangers the entire country. Release date is October 30th, and it is by Studio Brain Space. I'm kind of interested in this one. I'm gonna give it 3 episodes, and yeah, that's about it for this one. Our Rainy Protocol. Shuntoki Noya is a second-year high school student who lives with his mother and younger sister. After his father was killed in an accident and his sister was injured, he quit the game he loved and now works at an esports cafe called Fox One. He spends all of his time studying and working part time while also socializing with his childhood gaming buddies. Suddenly, he discovers that Fox One is deeply in debt. Shun and his friends hope to win the Saxarion Championship and the prize money in order to repay their debts. Shun returns to the world of online games where he is confronted by Bakuretsu-kun, who used to play the game with him. Release date is October. Studio Quad. So it seems like it's a esports gaming anime, which I don't think we have many esports anime about. So it'll be interesting how they tackle that aspect. Um, So I think I'm gonna give this 3 episodes. Rail Romanesque, second season. It is October 6th release date. Studio Yokohama Animation Lab. I believe I'm gonna give it 1 episode based on the trailer, and if I enjoy it, then I'll bump it into a must watch, and I'll watch all of season 1 as well. So that tells you how much I enjoyed the trailer, that I'm willing to do that for this one in particular. Idolmaster Shining Colors, no synopsis as of yet. Air date sometime in October. Studio Polygon Pictures. It's gonna be a skip for me. Again, it's Idolmaster. I'm not really interested in it. My new boss is Goofy. Momose, a 26-year-old office worker, recently changed jobs after being harassed by his former boss. He is concerned that his new boss will also use power harassment to make his life miserable. Momose tries to hide his concern about facing a similar situation with his new boss, Shirazaki. To Momose's surprise, however, Shirazaki's inherent airheadedness immediately alleviates all of his concerns and giving him a sense of relief. Air date sometime in October. It is by Studio A1 Pictures. Um, so I'm not really sold or interested in the synopsis. After seeing the trailer, I believe this is gonna be a BL, which, if you guys aren't familiar with what that is boys love. Um, it's not really my thing. I'm more into Yuri, which, again, if you're not familiar with it, Yuri as is the opposite of BL, which would be Yuri is girls love. So yeah, I'm not really interested in this anime. The premise didn't sell me on it. The trailer didn't do it any better. So yeah, it's gonna be skip for me. Next, 16-bit sensation Another Layer. Devote your youth to developing a lovely Bishoujo game that will make players fall in love. Miko Uehara, a college student, began working part-time as a computer store at a computer store in 1992. However, behind the scenes, the shop was an erotic game maker specializing in Bishoujo games. Michael, a talented artist, is suddenly hired as a substitute graphic designer after the staff leaves. Even though she has never drawn R18 illustration before, will she be able to complete the eroge successfully? With a 16-bit PC as her partner, her career as a creator begins. Air date sometime in October, Studio Silver. I'm actually interested in this one, so I'm gonna give it 3 episodes. And yeah, the fact that it's gonna be like a R18 eroge game, yeah, it has my interest. I'm not gonna lie. Next one, Power of Hope, Adult Pretty Cure 23. Uh, no synopsis available as of yet. Air date is October 7th. Studio Dean and Toei Animation. Um, I don't think there was a trailer for it at the time of recording. So as of now, it's gonna be a skip because I don't have information about it. If any new information is released, then I'll watch the first episode and see whether I drop it or pick it up. Dog Signal. A dog trainer's job is to bring dogs and people together. Miyu Samura, an indecisive young man, meets Shinichiro Niwa, a miracle working dog trainer, while walking a dog forced on him by his ex-girlfriend. The chance encounter will greatly change Miyu's life. Thus begins the story about a growth of a new dog trainer. Air date sometime in October. Studio is unknown at the moment. So I want to do this as a must watch because it's about dogs and I love dogs. However, I don't know if the animation is going to be my type. I'm going to give it 1 episode as of now. See if I enjoy the animation. If I do, I'll push it from 1 episode into a must watch. If not, I'll end up dropping it. So for now, 1 episode. Kizuna no Ao, second season. Air date October 5th. It is by a collaboration between Studio Signal MD and WIT. I did watch Kizuna no Ao first season, so it's a must watch for me. I'm gonna watch the second season as well. Kawagoe Boy Sing, No synopsis as of yet. Air date sometime in October. Studio EVG. I'm not really interested in it. There's not much information about it. It's probably gonna be a skip for me. Bikurimen. The story is set in the world where the value of Bikurimen stickers are so high that they have to be transported in a cash transport vehicle. There was also a famous robbery case 1 year ago called the 300 million Bikurimen sticker case. One day, a high school delivery part-timer named Yamato gets involved in a battle over stickers between two competing convenience stores. The Angel Mart, owned by the Phoenix store manager, is famous for its easy-to-use glitter stickers. The Devil store across the street also tries to attract Bikuri Men fans to their store. Former comrades are divided into allies and foes, and the battle of destiny begins. Air date sometime in October. It is by Studio L'Esprit. So the synopsis had my attention. However, the animation style really didn't do it for me. So I think I'm gonna give it one episode, and I'm hoping the story sells it for me because the animation is not my style. So please, please, I hope the animation carries or the story carries. So for now, one episode potentially dropping. So that was it for all our fall animes. I know there was a lot, so thanks for bearing with me. As you saw with the next slide, I'm gonna do a little bit different for this year's fall anime video review or anime review video. And we're gonna go over the ONAs, the OVAs, and the movies that will come out this fall season as well. Um, so if you don't watch these, feel free to leave the video. Thanks for watching this far. If you do stick around, then I appreciate you. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good YouTuber stuff that people normally do. I really enjoy making these videos, and each time I've made one, I've tried to tweak it a little bit. So hopefully you guys enjoy them, and it hasn't gone down in quality. Tell me what you'd like to see more of. If you want me to go back to how I did it the first time, where it was me and Soyman that covered each video, where we went back and forth reviewing each anime, or if you prefer how I do it just by myself, um, if you want me to put up the one episode skip, etc., that I did for summer's anime review, let me know. I want this to be for you guys because I already watch each new anime on my own. So this is mostly for you guys. So you know what I'm gonna be watching, what I recommend. Maybe you don't know what's coming out this year. So yeah, this is mostly for you guys. Let me know what you guys want to see when it comes to the seasonal anime reviews. And again, remember I do these 4 times a year, which is for spring, summer, fall, and winter. And we will also do Crunchyroll Awards nominations, as well as the actual Crunchyroll Awards once they come out. So those are 6 guaranteed videos that you will get to see on my channel. I've been a little bit too busy with health, work, school, etc. So I apologize for the lack of content. And as I've mentioned before, I am kind of leaving the live streaming and becoming more of a YouTuber. So I'll try to do a couple more streams. I've been talking to Soyman and a couple other of my IRL friends, and we want to do like a big Minecraft server stream together, as well as Phasmophobia together. So there are plans in the future. So thank you for watching, and if you're sticking around, we will continue with our fall reviews. So this time it will be ONAs. All right, our first one is Pluto. Famous for his military service in the 39th Asian War, the legendary Swiss robot Mont Blanc is violently murdered. Humans and robots only grew in the years following the war. Thanks to his dedication to nature conservation and his loving personality, once a fellow war veteran, robotic Europol detective Gesicht is sent to investigate Mont Blanc's tragic demise. In his pursuit, Gesicht uncovers evidence of a mysterious entity known only as Pluto. He also learns of a conspiratorial plot to dismantle the 8 specialized robots from around the world who participated in the war. Racing against time to save those who still remain, Gesicht grapples with his memory, morality, and a world full of hate, desperately attempting to defend the fragile coexistence of man and machine. Air date is October 26th. It is by Studio M2. So I believe I'm going to give this a shot. Um, I think it has potential. I'll let you guys know if it's good or not. As you can see on the image, apparently it's going to be exclusive to Netflix. But yeah, keep an eye out on it. I believe it's gonna be worth watching. Next one, Heaven's Blessing. There's no synopsis as of yet. Air date is sometime in October, and the studio is unknown. So we're just gonna have to wait and see um, whether this is worth watching or not. And again, if you guys follow me on Twitter or X, then you guys will find out whether I end up watching it or not. Akuma-kun. When Mr. Sato, a company employee at the world's largest electronics company, is called upon by his boss to tutor his only son in exchange for a high-ranking position within the organization, things couldn't have been peachier. At least that's what he thought. Little did he know that his student was Ichiro Matsushita, a young boy with the mind of a genius and a terrifying hidden agenda. It doesn't take long for Sato to realize that he is the second home tutor in as many weeks that has been sent to teach the little boy. What's even more unnerving is that the previous tutor's whereabouts appear to be a mystery. The little boy's true identity is revealed when he puts Sato under a curse, turning him into a lizard man and making him one of his servants. Little Ichiro Matsushita is none other than Akuma-kun, boy genius and master of black magic. His goal, to open a portal between hell and earth, summon forth hell's most powerful demons and enlist their help in taking over the world. Air date November 9th. It is by Studio Encourage Films, and I believe this is going to be a must watch for me. I'm going to end up watching it. I guess for the O&As and whatnot, it's going to be either skip or must watch. So yeah, this is going to be worth a watch, I believe. Hopefully I'm not mistaken. Goodnight World. In the online game Planet, there is a powerful team of 4 players. This team goes by the name the Akabane family, and its members are a pseudo family that only exists in the game. Although they are unaware of it, these 4 players are actually a broken family IRL. A shut-in older brother, a high-achieving younger brother, a father who is not respected by his own children, a mother who neglects her own household. They do not know the warmth of family. They also don't know that the warmth of their online family is only a passing feeling. And most of all, they don't know they are a real family. Centered on the deeds of the Akabane family and the online game Planet, the story features battles against monsters, clashes with other guilds, and the machinations surrounding Blackbird, the final objective of the game. The tale takes a major turn as it entangles the real world and this real family. Air date October 12th. It is by Studio Naz. I believe this is also going to be worth watching. That they're a real family, not only in the game but in real life, and that they don't know yet. I wonder if the problems that come out in the game are or the opposite. What happens IRL might happen in the game, and it'll be interesting how each character um, deals with it, if that makes any sense. And also if they're able to make the connection that, oh hey, this is like my brother in real life, you know. Next one is Gundam Build Metaverse. There's no synopsis available as of yet. Air date sometime in October. It is by Studio Sunrise Beyond. I believe this is going to be a skip for me. I'm not really into the Gundam Build Metaverse and stuff, so um, yeah, just skip for me. Ensemble Stars Sokyo Selection Crossroad. Uh, no synopsis as of yet. Air date sometime in October. It is by Studio Dandelion Animation. Um, there's not enough information for me to say whether I'll pick it up or not. So as the release date gets closer, hopefully we get more information. And again, I'll let you guys know whether to pick it up or not. Blader Soul, synopsis NA. Um, Air date sometime in November. Studio unknown. If the graphics look like the poster, it's probably going to be a skip for me. Alright, moving on to fall 2023 OVAs. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, Kolia's Dream. So the story takes place between the first and second season, where Rimuru confronts the swirling conspiracies in the Kola's kingdom. Air date sometime in October. It is by Studio 8-Bit. So for me, I will watch this one because I am watching Reincarnated as a Slime Season 1. I'm not finished with it, but I'm slowly watching it. I believe I'm up to like episode 7 or 8. So once I finish Season 1, I will watch this one and continue on to Season 2. So, yes, watch for me. Mask Danshi, This Shouldn't Lead to Love. The famous cheerful guy Saikawa had tried to rip off the gloomy kid Sayama's mask. After that day, he had captured Saikawa's attention, and Saikawa had volunteered to teach him for the upcoming examination, but with one condition. Saikawa can do whatever he wants with what is hiding under Sayama's mask. He hates it when people touch his bare face, lips, and inside his mouth, but he cannot say anything when Saikawa touches them. Was the combination between Saikawa's harassment and the awkward masked boy's behavior. This manga will be packed with sexual tension between these two. Air date October 20th. It is by Studio Fusion, and for me, I'm gonna drop it because, like, skip, because again, I'm not into BL boys love, so it's not really my thing. So skip. Fall 2023 movies. Alright, we're getting Spy X Family movie titled Code White. No synopsis at the time. It is scheduled to release December 12th. Collaboration between Cloverworks and Wit Studio, which are the ones that are animating the anime. So, yeah, this is a must watch for me. I really enjoyed part 1 and 2 of season 1 Spy Family. I already mentioned that season 2 will be a must watch, and definitely must watch for the movie for me as well. Next, Rascal does not dream of a knapsack kid. Finally, the day of Mai's high school graduation has arrived. While Sakuta eagerly waits for his girlfriend, an elementary an elementary schooler who looks exactly like her appears before him, suspicious for all the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, Sakuta and Kaidi's father suddenly calls, saying that their mother wants to see her daughter. She was hospitalized because Kaidi's condition had been too much for her to bear. So what could she possibly want now? Air date December 1st, Studio Cloverworks. I kind of want to give it a shot. A little bit weird about making an elementary schooler look like his girlfriend. So, I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet if I'm going to watch it or not. So, stay tuned on my socials for it. My next life as a villainess. All routes lead to Doom the movie. No synopsis available as of yet. Air date December 8th. Studio Silverling. It's going to be a must watch for me. I loved Next Life as a Villainess. It got me on that whole genre of otome games. So I'm going to watch it. Must watch. Girls Panzer Saishu Show Part 4. No synopsis as of yet. Release date October 6th. It is by Acta Studio. I believe this is going to be a must watch for me. but I need to finish the previous ones as well. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it before October. I'll end up watching it eventually for sure, but I don't know if I'll do it when it comes out. Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning. Synopsis is not available at the moment. Air date October 27th. It is by Studio Yumata Company. For me, it's going to be a must watch. I believe it's a continuation to the original Digimon. So if they stick to the original, it's going to be good nostalgia for many of us. If not, it's going to be bad. But yeah, I'm going to watch it. Komada Whiskey Family. Kotaru visits Komada Distillery for a project on Japanese craft whiskey, led by young female president Rui, who took over the family business. The distillery works hard to reproduce its signature whiskey, Como, which they had to stop making years ago. However, not to mention financial backing, too many clues are missing to revive the once lost whiskey. Air date is November 10th, and the studio is PA Works. I believe I'm gonna watch this. I don't know if there's been anime made in regards to like making crafts, whiskey, or alcohol in general. So interesting premise that hasn't been seen, at least not widely. So yeah, I believe I'm gonna watch this. Hikaru Tanju Gege no Kanazo. Synopsis not available. Air date November 17th. It is by Toei Animation. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it or not. There's not enough information as of yet. So for now, we'll put it on pause. Don't know yet. All right, the imaginary. Roger is Amanda Schuffelup's imaginary friend. Nobody else can see Roger until the evil Mr. Bunting arrives at Amanda's door. Mr. Bunting hunts imaginaries. Rumor has it that he even eats them, and now he's found Roger. Soon Roger is alone and running for his imaginary life. He needs to find Amanda before Mr. Bunting catches him, and before Amanda forgets him, and he fades away to nothing. But how can an unreal boy stand alone in the real world? Air date December 15th, Studio Ponak. Um, it seems kind of interesting. Now I'm gonna watch it. Yeah. Rabbit's Kingdom the movie, no synopsis available. Air date sometime in December. It is by Studio Sign. I don't think there's enough information for me to decide whether I'm gonna watch it or not. So we'll give it time and see what comes of it. The concierge. The word no doesn't exist in the concierge dictionary. That's just one of the demanding rules that Akino I must abide by in her new job as a saleswoman at the elegant and expensive uh, Hokyoko department store. It's a very special store. The customers are all animals, and the most valued among them are extinct species such as sea minks, laughing owls, Japanese wolves, and even enormous mammoths. That's Mr. Woolley, the celebrated sculptor whose works are showcased at the store. It's still a luxury retail space though, and anxious Akino finds her hands full with the customers' challenging requests. These range from hard to find merchandise to more complicated matters of the heart. Can the inexperienced Akino fulfill their whims and meet their expectations? If she wants to keep her job, she'll have to succeed while under constant observation by the fuzzy floor manager, Mr. Toto, a creepy consultant eager to downsize the staff, and the store's enigmatic president, who is not a penguin, by the way. I'm thinking he is. Air date October 20th. Release date October 20th. Studio production IG. I saw the animation and I wasn't really into it, so I think I'm gonna skip this one. Phoenix 8 and 17. Synopsis: it's the alternate ending of the original anime, or of the anime. Air date November 3rd. It is by Studio 4C or 4 Degree C, something like that. Um, I think I'm gonna skip it. I'm not familiar with Phoenix 8 and 17, so skip for me. Toto-chan, the little girl at the window. This engaging series of childhood recollections tells about an ideal school in Tokyo during World War II that combined learning with fun, freedom, and love. This unusual school had old railroad cars for classrooms, and it was run by an extraordinary man, its founder and headmaster, Sasuke Kobayashi, who was a firm believer in the freedom of expression and activity. Air date December 8th. It is by Studio Shin Ai Animation. The trailer kind of sold me on it, so I think I'm gonna watch it. It seems kind of cute and wholesome. Ghost in a Shell, SAC 2045, The Last Human. Synopsis and air date November 23rd. Studio production IG and Solo Digital Arts. I'll be honest, the animation style wasn't kind of my thing. I did like Ghost in a Shell, but not this type of animation style. So skip for me. Sumiko Gurashi, the movie, The Mysterious Child of the Patchwork Factory. No synopsis available. Air date November 3rd. Studio Fanworks. I don't know what this is about, so for now it's a skip. Fall 2023 special, which I believe is the last genre that we have for this season of anime. So Dropkick on My Devil, End of Century Edition. Objects falling from space have reduced Jimbochu to ruins. Gashin-chan, guided by the stars, heads south to defeat Yurine Hanazono, the ruler of this violent town. When she arrives in Takamori, at the foot of beautiful Asa mountain range, she finds ... Air date released December 27th, and Studio Macaria is animating it. I believe I will be watching this. And that is indeed everything we got. So let's transition over to our OBS. And we will go to the ending screen. We'll raise the music. Alright, so that was it. A little bit of a long video. We're at an hour 26. Thanks for watching if you stuck this long through it. Let me know if you want me to keep covering all the OVAs, ONAs, and movies along with the anime of each season. And yeah, if I don't see you guys soon, I will see you in January for the winter anime review. So until next time, I am Mamoru Hikaru. This was another episode of Untaku, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!